Greetings and salutations, and welcome back to Let's Play of EU4 with RedBstrd, playing as the Aztecs. And I did double check in between these videos to make sure that I wasn't doing anything wrong in relation to releasing ITSA. So what's going to happen is we will have to invade them and take them over again, then release them. And once they're released the second time, they are going to have feudalism embraced. I'm not sure with Portugal showing up early, if that's going to speed it up, but usually I don't see the Europeans actually land near us to spread feudalism until like the 1530s to the 1550s, usually like within 10 years of the time of the actual Spanish conquest of Mexico. So, curious if we were to invade them right now. Yeah, we lose 5 stability. Can't really justify that because it costs us, would cost us a bunch of admin points and be better spent elsewhere. But the good thing is that it's present and it's spreading, and we should be able to embrace it as soon as we're done here with that process. Actually, I probably should have chosen one of the more difficult ones while we've got some bonuses, so we'll just start with Belize. Let's crank up the speed. Keep forgetting to leave this guy there permanently. And we really should be starting with our colonization process. Let's go ahead and get a couple more guys that we can send to protect our colony. Considered doing mercs there to spare a manpower pool. This time we'll actually maintain diplomats as I intended. It's a lot of points. Okay, we could lose some Doom and get admin points. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do this for the admin points. I don't care about the Doom. We're already at 0 Doom. But those admin points would be nice. Yeah, feudalism is spreading really, really slowly. We're going to go for siege ability. 95 times out of 100 I go for that. Only if I'm expecting to be invaded by somebody like the Ottomans, and you know, if I'm like Ethiopia or something, having to protect against the Ottomans, and I'll, you know, scorch earth and hide behind forts, then of course I'll go for fort defense. Otherwise, totally siege ability. Sure. Taxes. Make them more loyal. And yeah, not a huge fan of having to annex them twice. At least we won't have to core them. We'll stay here by the coast until that truce expires, then we'll invade. We'll move over to Chiapas and invade. We have to wait another 2 years though. And we'll go for one of the difficult ones. Or the more slowly converted ones, I should say, the higher development. Okay, we're gonna gain some doom and Merchant Guild's estate loyalty, admin points. Yeah. Which month are we waiting for in 99? April. And our subject is loyal. We can't get a royal marriage with them because of their government form. It's a tribal democracy. Okay, we've at least almost got our overextension down to 0. Okay, why don't we drop our speed down in a month and get these guys into position. They'll take attrition for a couple months. This is worth it just for the Diplo points. And we're not going to save too much time by doing this in regards to our institutions. But it could save us a couple decades, or even 1 decade, and that's worth it. Okay, we only need a few of these units here, so let's leave just the 4 behind. And then we can just start stating this stuff. We'll now do it the cheapest stuff first. I think that modifier is going to wear off. Oh, we got 4 more years, so we should be able to get this one converted and 1 more. And I don't think we're going to add in any more states at the moment, unless I can find somewhere that we have gold. I should be adding in. I think most of our gold's in our states already. I mean, there's this in our subject. We can't stay the subject anyway, so. Of course, there's a possibility that gold will pop up there. Okay, so let's try this again. Okay, now what we're going to do is let a month go by. Is present. And now feudalism is embraced by them. Which means that we could reform right now. But we don't get any free tech out of it. That's the downside. But we have reformed. And that gives us some bonuses. I got truce for 5 years. I am going... Nice. I am going to fabricated claim, because that cost us nice small plus cost us diplo points to take. Like is expansionist global settler increase plus 15. I mean, under normal circumstances, I'd consider that garbage, but we're trying to get up here as quickly as possible. Okay, so now feudalism is embraced. We could find one of our provinces to start developing, to start getting the Renaissance here. And, you know, it's only 1500, so this happened pretty quickly. And I think the right place to develop would be this province. Let's wait for it to be finished. And then we want trade efficiency. What's giving us more money right now? Click the right tab. And trade and taxation, well, we go for trade, I guess. And so if we do have a claim fabricated here, then we should be able to take that with no diplo point cost. And colonialism is spreading. Okay, one more year exactly, so we'll move our troops into position. Yeah, might as well do that. We can now build warships, which is really nice, and I think I'm going to do that just to protect us against European powers. Our tech costs drop 50%, so that's always nice. So the last one that we'll be able to do with our bonuses. Well, we'll partially get another one done, because we've got the second merchant now that we reformed our religion. Yeah, we do have high inflation. We took tons of cash from people. And we do have gold mines, multiple gold mines. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this for the global settler increase. And I don't know where our ships are being built. It doesn't show any ships being built. That's a bug. Unless they're under production here. I don't see them now, so we just paid some loyalty from one of our states to be robbed. I guess that's the price you pay when you're doing exploits. Okay, Colima. And it's just the capital fort. And see any revolt risk anywhere. So we'll just move these guys back into position over here. Muster trader. Let's go for the improved relations guy. That'll help us integrate them in more quickly by getting rid of our aggressive expansion and forced vassalization modifiers. Wait, did it give us 5 units? It gave us 5 units Of infantry. Okay. That's interesting. Why don't we cancel it for... We canceled it and it took away our manpower. Wow, bug report city here. Wow, that's so weird. Okay, well... Don't know what to say about that. We'll lose the cash. Let's go ahead and increase that, and I think we're going to hire this guy. Not because we need him, but because the higher our influence is, the more admin points we get. Okay, so now all of our coring is done. We'll need to core this, but it's probably pretty low development. Yeah, 11. They've developed it a bit. It was probably 111 before we forced our capital there. Okay, turn to Molopause. It'll give us base production in a gold producing province, so yes, we will do that. Let's go ahead and move our general over here in case these rebels, these natives do rise up. Okay, why don't we add Guatemala in? We're allowed 6 more states, so this will give us some room. For growth up here. Let's wait till the end of the month. And we're going to get these American Hill Warriors. Okay, we can add this to something, so I'm going to give it to our clergy because it's got high base manpower. We'll give this to our nobility. Okay, I just have to wait 2 more years to be able to invade them. I don't imagine that they'll dump their points into development. Yes, that slowed down, but not by a huge margin, just 5 months for each province. Okay. So we could add in this state? Sure. And whiny estates are asking for even more. Okay. That's our clergy. Okay, who are we going to buddy up to here? Well, if we could buddy up to our merchants. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Because then we can get these Diplo points. It's only 50, because we can't get their influence up too high. But 50 points is 50 points. We can get 3 more units of troops now. Manpower is running low. Unless we get invaded by Europeans, I don't see us really needing too much, because we really don't have any rebel problems. We're getting this religious unity up higher and higher. Even if we see a little bit of unrest here. Which it doesn't look... There's no separatism, so we shouldn't have unrest. I was gonna say, even if we did see some, we could just move troops back at our leisure. Okay, their military tech is only 4. Ours at 5, so we should be able to kill them with relative ease. Yes, we're going to have a nice force limit by the time we get into any encounters with Europeans. Thinking... This might actually take some time for feudalism to spread here. No, it shouldn't. It should be automatic, feudalism, since it's embraced. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we could just start developing it in a few months to get the Renaissance there. And then we'll spread downward. This is going to slow it down drastically. Maybe we should try developing here to get the Renaissance. Okay, so it won't really upset anyone because there's no one around to get upset over it. Wow, that's a lot. A lot to core because we developed so heavily. And that's our nobility. Okay, we can get another 2 units of troops. Could give this to somebody like a merchant guild if we really wanted to make them much more influential like us, much more. Okay, colonize Barado. Sounds like a plan. Oh, we could actually skip it and get up here, the river estuary. But this one will be faster, and we just took the mission. Can't afford to lose any monarch points at the moment. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Okay, basically halfway there. And we could make a state up here. Yeah, this produces gold. I definitely want to get stated before we develop it too much further. Let's crank the speed back up. I can make another 2 units of troops. Sure. I'd love to integrate them in. That's going to take quite some time because they're still pretty disloyal. Wow, it's going to take 101 months. We'll do that one last. Should have converted it first. And we're just going to save up for Tamaulipas. The other thing that we could do is we could accept some cultures here. So this is 13% of our development. Let's go ahead and get that. Okay, should be just like 2 more months after this. Okay, now that's pretty easy with them as an accepted culture. Let's see how long this video has been going on. 28 minutes. I'm going to stop here.